a target market better than anyone else. That means you can focus better when you use computer-based information systems. Organizations must recognize that the considerable effort may be required to sustain a competitive advantage. Organizations and their products and services must continually evolve to account for changes in customer needs, market conditions, industry conditions, and competitor actions. Managers, therefore, have a key responsibility to identify and use information systems to gain a competitive advantage. So as a manager or as an entrepreneur, you may seek competitive advantage for your organization by exploiting the potential of information systems. As we approach the next century, information technology emerges. Information technology emerges as the fundamental technology of business. That's why these two components in every organization, these two functions like IT and IS, are very important for managers to understand, because these two functions will enable efficient operations, maybe of a small business or a large business or a multinational corporation. It makes possible effective management, and it also supports the search for competitive advantage in the marketplace. Economic growth, that is growing productivity of resources, is based on moving to newer and more advanced technologies. The globalization of business and pervasive technology and the changes associated with these pervasive technologies bring challenges to national economies and to the lives of all of us. As corporations or organizations compete in the global environment, jobs can be moved to countries with lower labor costs, with information technologies facilitating the necessary communication, coordination, and collaboration. Information technologies may also become an enabler for changes leading to downsizing of companies and people needing retraining. It is vital for all of us as managers to understand the potential effects of new technologies and utilize them for the greatest possible benefit. So information system literacy, and not just computer literacy, is necessary to perform your job as a manager or as a professional, to conduct a firm's activity and to seek opportunities in the marketplace for the products of a firm or of a nation. As a computer literate person, you may be able to select the personal computer equipments you need, and you will then use your computer system effectively in many pursuits, from managing your investments to interacting with others over the internet. Information systems literacy goes well beyond that. Information systems literacy is a must for managers, as it gives the knowledge you need to apply information technology in a business setting to support your own work, the work of your team, and the operations of the organization at large in pursuit of its competitive goals. So since information systems thinking pervades all organizational activities, information technology has become too important to be left to the information systems specialists. All of us who want to contribute to economic activity need information system literacy. That's why we are trying to understand information systems and their roles in and the role that they play in organizations to achieve a competitive advantage. So what is the manager's role in implementing successful information system? All of you should know that an organization's information system operates within a context composed of these four components, like the people component, the technology infrastructure component, the human structure component, and the processes. This is called as the Leavitt's diamond. And the four components are people, technology, structure, and processes. If you see that this Leavitt's diamond is nothing but an organization's use of these four components to introduce new systems into the workplace in a manner that lowers stress, encourages teamwork, and increases the profitability of a successful implementation. Leavitt's diamond, this particular diamond, highlights the need for an overall implementation approach that considers the four components of people, technology, structure, and procedures. This failure can create a rough system, frustrated employees, and missed organizational expectations that can lead to systems failure and the need to redo much of the implementation effort. Therefore, managers have a responsibility to ensure that they hire the right system skilled people, they put in place the right business processes, the human structure components should be fully addressed, and the procedures should be laid down for use. Why people are so important for organizations, that two system skilled people, because they make a difference between success and failure in today's modern day organizations. Good information systems can enable people to produce extraordinary results. The technology infrastructure component forms the foundation for all information systems. Information systems are built on the foundation of these technologies, which may include the hardware, the software, the network, the databases. The main component is the database, the facilities like the server rooms and the servers, and many services that they provide. An organization uses these technology infrastructure to develop, test, deliver, control, to support the IT applications and services. Organization requires to meet the requirements of all stakeholders. And the process component is nothing but a structured set of related activities that takes in inputs, adds value, and creates an output of value for the customer of that process. It defines the steps that you need to follow to achieve a specific end result. So order fulfillment, customer order, billing, all this can be one business process, which needs to be done properly. The procedure component is a set of steps that need to be followed to achieve a specific end result, such as entering a customer order, paying a supplier invoice, or requesting a current inventory report. Good procedures, when followed, get things done faster, cut costs, make better use of resources, easily adapt to change, reduce training costs when documented properly, and can shorten the learning curve. So just now we discussed that information systems are nothing but a set of interrelated components. They collect, process, store, and distribute information to support decision-making, coordination, and control. As a manager, we should be able to distinguish between data, information, knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom. Data are nothing but raw facts or observations that is giving a meaning, or data when it is processed and is used in a meaningful way, information is generated. So information is data that has been saved into a meaningful form. When the data is processed and we add some value to it, it becomes information, which is the fuel that modern organizations and managers use to run the show. So this particular slide shows you the raw data from a supermarket checkout customer counter that is processed and organized to produce meaningful information. So we will be in a good position to understand the total unit sales of a detergent or of any product, or the total sales revenue from detergent for a specific store or sales territory. So 3 activities of information systems will produce this quality information that organizations need. As I told you, the first is the input activity, wherein organizations capture raw data through information technology from organization or from the external environments. They process this raw data into meaningful form by classifying them, calculating them, sorting them, and summarizing them. The output is then generated when the input data is transformed. Outputs are generated, and the transformation process generates quality information for people or activities that use it. Feedback is the most important component of every computer-based information system, apart from the control component. Feedback, the output is returned to appropriate members of organizations to help evaluate or correct the input stage. We can also distinguish computers or computer programs from information systems. Computers and softwares are technical foundation and tools, similar to the material and tools used to build a house. But information systems make good use of people, procedures to run the technology components. So this particular slide shows you how an information system contains information about an organism and its surrounding environment. The 3 basic activities are shown here. The 3 basic activities are input, process, and output. They produce the information, the quality information organizations need. Feedback is the component wherein the output is returned to appropriate people or activities in the organization to evaluate and refine the input. Then you may find many environmental actors of information systems, such as customers, suppliers, competitors, stakeholders, and regulatory agencies that depend on the organization's and information systems to interact with the organization and to carry out a mutually beneficial relationship. Every computer-based information system effectively requires the understanding of these 3 dimensions, like the organizational dimension, the technology dimension, and the managerial, the management dimension. An information system creates organizational and management solutions to challenges posed by environment. The organizational dimension of information system talks about the hierarchy of authority and responsibility. Uh, uh, Information systems are widely used by the senior management, the mid management, and the operational management. Apart from these three management cadres, information systems are widely used by knowledge workers, data workers, production or service workers. This is the organizational pyramid which shows the levels in a firm that information systems specialized persons work. Business organizations are hierarchies consisting of three principal levels: the senior management, the mid management, and the operational management. Information systems serve each of these levels. Scientists and knowledge workers often work with middle management, but the customers, they interact with the organization at the operational level. So there is a heavy use of computers at the lowest level of the organization's hierarchy. Data is tracked from the customers or from various other stakeholders, processed and sent for managerial decision making or tactical decision making. And from there on, it is picked up by the senior management for formulations of policies and strategic planning. So the organizational dimension of information system talks about how information systems support the various business functions in the three levels, that is operations, tactics, and strategy. It comes up with unique business processes that provide results or benefits to the organization. They also build up a unique business culture. They are widely used to handle organizational politics also. The managerial dimension of information system provide managers with a set of organizational strategies to respond to business challenges. In addition, managers must act creatively in the creation of new products and services, occasionally recreating the organization through the use of computer-based information systems. Technology dimension of information systems includes the computer hardware and software. As a manager, you should be aware of the latest hardware and software that needs to be procured to be utilized in the organization. The data management technologies, the networking and telecommunication technologies that has to be in place to facilitate the functions, the roles of managers in every modern day organization. The IT infrastructure needs to be put in place because it provides the platform that systems are built on. If we take a business perspective on information systems are nothing but instruments for creating value. They are a good investments which will result in superior returns, like we can increase our productivity, we can increase our revenue, we can have a superior long-term strategic positioning. Managers basically utilize computer-based information systems to generate value out of the information that is used in the value chain. If you take a look, business information value chain is comprised of raw data acquired and transformed through stages that add value to that information. And we calculate the value of information system in parts by extent to which it leads to better decisions, greater efficiency, and higher profits. So the business perspective of information system calls attention to organizational and managerial nature of information systems. This shows how business value is created as a result of the use of the business information value chain. From a business perspective, information systems are nothing but a part of series of value-adding activities for acquiring, transforming, distributing information that managers can use to improve decision-making, enhance organizational performance, and ultimately increase firms' profitability. If you see that business processes are a number of activities that takes in one or more kinds of inputs to produce an output of value. So business processes can be supply chain management processes, they can be enterprise management processes, they can be customer management processes, they can be knowledge management processes. So they create the firm's profitability and provide a strategic position to the firm. So the information that is inputted into the computer-based information systems need to be processed properly and then disseminated for planning, coordinating, controlling, and for modeling and decision making. Investing in information technology does not guarantee good returns. There is a considerable variation in the returns firms receive from systems investments. You can take note that these are the factors, like adopting the right business model can generate the desired results. Investing in complementary assets like organizational and management capital can help. So complementary assets are the assets required to derive value from a primary investment. Firms support technology investments with investment in complementary assets to receive superior returns. I can give you an example, like investing in technology and system skilled people can make it work properly. Means the organizations can achieve the desired results, managers can achieve the desired performance levels. Complementary assets include organizational assets like appropriate business model, efficient business processes. Managerial assets that can be called as complementary assets are incentives for management innovation, teamwork, and collaborative work environments. Social assets, for example, the internet and telecommunication infrastructure can be put in place, and technology standards can be followed to achieve higher returns of the implementation of the new technologies. So whenever we discuss MIS, you will see that we'll be using not just the technological approach to understanding information systems or the use of information systems. We'll also be using the behavioral approaches. So the study of information systems deals with issues and insights contributed from technical and behavioral disciplines. As this particular slide shows how managers make good use of technological subjects and behavioral subjects to work with information systems. When we take a technical approach, we emphasize on mathematically based models. We depend on computer science, management science, and operation science, operation research science. And when we take a behavioral approach, to understand the behavioral issues like strategic business integration, implementation, etc. We need to also understand psychology, economics, and sociology to be able to be in a good position to handle information technology and make it work for us. So, Basically, when we are at the mid level, we'll be using a particular type of information systems called as the managerial information systems, which combine the topics of computer science, management science, operational research, and practical orientation of behavioral issues. There are four main actors in the information system functions in the organization: suppliers of hardware and software, business firms, manager and employees, firms, environment like the legal, social, and cultural context need to be focused on while dealing with the information systems technologically. Uh, so the best way to view information systems is a socio-technological view that managers must take in order to achieve optimal organizational performance by jointly optimizing both social and technological systems used in production. As a socio-technological view of information system helps avoid purely a technological approach. So, in order to finish up and wind up our discussion today, let me tell you that information systems in organizations, they basically include systems that support business operations. They support business operations. They support business operations. They support tactical resource allocations. They support strategy making at the top level. In one line, I can say that information systems support knowledge workers for carrying out knowledge work. That is, work with abstract information rather than with the tangible materials. For example, Walmart or Flipkart, they store the point of sales system, the point of sales, which supports the operations conducted at the sales counters. And information systems automatically triggers electronic orders for store merchandise to be replenished. That goes from the Flipkarts or the Amazons or the Walmart's computers directly to the computers of the firm's suppliers. The massive volume of data acquired daily by these operational information systems from billions of sales transactions are processed to provide the firm's managers with the ability to plan the development of new stores or coming up with a new product line, and to make sure that existing ones are properly operated. Using quality information and supported in their knowledge work by specialized information systems for market research, the company's specialists can plan cost-effective campaigns for the coming season. Organizational computer-based information systems work at all these three levels of the organization's hierarchy. So basically, information systems are of many types. It may include the transactional processing systems, which we will discuss in tomorrow's session, the various types of information systems. Transaction processing information systems, they support the operational management. Transactional information systems are necessary for operational data processing, for example, to register customer orders and to produce invoices and payroll checks. Each transaction, you should know, is an elementary business activity, such as a sale or a shipment of goods. We also have information systems for the mid-level managers to carry out their functions. Management reporting systems capable of producing reports for specific time periods, designed for managers responsible for specific functions or processes in a firm. Using these reports, managers are able to control their area of responsibility and do the activity of resource allocation. There is another kind of information systems which we'll be discussing at length. They are called as the decision support systems, which are designed for the support of individuals and collective decision making. Such a system can help managers to decide, for example, how much money you should budget for your sales team in Mumbai or other parts of the world over the next quarter, considering the current sales forecast. That you can do using a decision support system. For the top level managers, executive support systems have been designed which supports the long-term strategic view that senior executives and company boards need to take of the business. These systems provide easy access to summarized company data, often against a background of external information on the industry and of the economy at large. You can also find professional support systems and office information systems. Today, managers are heavily dependent on information systems. Organizations are also equally dependent on information systems for the many business results, for the many possible business results from these information systems. They depend on the new computer-based information systems to have an enhanced competitive position. That is, they can increase market share for or their profits. They use information systems for increasing productivity, that is, lowering cost per unit of output. Managers and organizations use information systems to improve quality of products or services, leading to higher customer satisfaction. Managers and organizations use computer-based decision support systems to improve decision-making ability. They also widely use information systems to respond faster to the demands of the marketplace. They use information systems to enhance the ability to communicate and collaborate within the firm and with customers and suppliers. Last but not the least, information systems can help managers and organizations to enhance the goodwill of employees. So, to be able to achieve these results, managers need enabling technologies like computers, hardware and software, networks. They look for disruptive and emerging technologies and make a good use of that. Not just technology, organizations also look forward to the right kind of system skilled people to achieve the desired results. Information technologies are used by organizations to further organizational goals, such as increasing sales, speeding up order processing, or for improving teamwork. So information technology and information systems can help organizations in a great way. So the traditional organization structures have given way to new organizational structures where IT and IS and the capabilities of information systems are widely used in order to achieve the desired results. Capabilities of information systems like The fast and accurate data processing, large capacity storage, and rapid communication between sites can be achieved through information systems. Instantaneous access to information can be achieved through computer-based information systems. The three C's of coordination, collaboration, and communication can be achieved through the use of information systems. Boundary spanning can happen. Support for decision making, support for organizational memory and learning, routinizing organizational practices can happen. Apart from these, you can also have differentiation of products and services. You can model situations nicely. You can automate. Automation, computerized information systems can fully automate certain business functions by replacing human labor. So, the many capabilities of information systems can be used for business competition. Information systems can be widely be used by managers and organizations for providing support to the many processes that they carry out. The many business processes that organizations run can be smoothly be run through the use of proper computer-based information systems. The modern day organizations are made up of many business processes which utilize IT and IS. A business process is nothing but a set of related tasks performed to achieve a defined work product. Since a business process produces an outcome or a work product, it has customers. So organizations today make good use of information systems to redesign business processes, to transform business processes, to automate a business process, to achieve the desired results. So today, I gave you an introduction to the new function of information systems in organizations and the role that they play in the modern day organization to get the desired results for the managers and the organizations. So managers, the new managers in modern day organizations should exploit the capabilities of information systems, like they can routinize organizational practice, they can have rapid communication between sites, they can take the help of automation, they can use information systems to support problem solving, modeling, to support organizational memory and learning. Not just this, it can be used as a means of coordination, as I told you. You can have instantaneous access to information. You can span boundaries. You can have the differentiation of products and services. So the list can go on and on. So with this, I would like to bring an end to the introductory discussion on information systems and the role that they play in a modern day form. So thank you.